Our next guest spent her whole life begging her dad to stop embarrassing her. He refused, so she turned it into a show. Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me stars Jamie Foxx. It's on Netflix now. Please say hello to Corinne Foxx. Welcome. Great to see you. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good to see you. I haven't seen you since Good Times.
That's right. Good Times was a good time, wasn't it?
It was a great time. Thank you so much for putting me in that.
Thank you for being in it.
The highlight of my career thus far.
You know, that was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun.
That was for those who don't know, we restaged. You performed in.
I played Thelma Evans in Good Times, and Viola Davis was my mom. I mean, it was insane.
You know what I never asked you? How much you knew about Good Times?
I had heard of it, but I really studied it once I got the part.
Right.
And fell in love with it. And
Yeah, as a kid, it was one of my favorite shows. It was on in syndication. I'd watch it pretty much every day for however many years that it was on.
Yeah.
And putting that, with all those people coming together, that was one of the great nights of my life, I have to say.
100%. And Norman Lear, I mean, like, he's 90 plus, and he's
98.
98 years old, and just kicking it. I feel like he's more mobile than I am, and I'm 27.
He's physically very capable,
yes,
mentally very capable. It's inspiring, and it gives you hope, and also makes you feel like a lump at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's more mobile than I am right now.
Well, it's good to see you. Your dad was here a couple weeks ago.
I saw that.
Oh, do you watch and you keep up? Because
I don't like to see him on late night because he embarrasses me.
Yes, he does embarrass you.
He's so over the top, and he's like in the crowd, and he has the mic, and he's doing the whole thing. And
you know what? Honestly, I never even really thought about that. But I was thinking your stories that he does. But yeah, because everything your parents do embarrasses
everything your parents do is embarrassing. And so he's really over the top. He's really embarrassing.
And he's always like that, right?
He's never off. Like, even at home, he's always on.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and embarrass him. Tell us something about him that maybe we might
this is my chance on the public stage to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a whole show about it, so you can watch all my embarrassing stories. But when I was 10 years old, my dad, he's an entertainer, so he had to go to clubs and get checks and, do things. And so I was 10, and he was like, hey, Corinne, just really quick, we gotta pop in this little thing. And he took me to a club with him when I was 10, and there's popping bottles, and there's girls, and I'm like, what am I doing here? I know I'm not supposed to be here right now. I know my mom would be mad right now.
And what was he doing in there?
He was DJing and entertaining and literally popping bottles, and I'm just like 10 years old, like,
Yeah, my dad never did that.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody's dad has done that before.
Yeah, my dad once popped his shoulder out, but that's about as close as we got. So the show, as you mentioned, a lot of it is based on real events from your life. Your dad's in the show. Why aren't you in the show?
Well, the show takes place in my teenagehood. So I'm 27 now. I know they do that with 27-year-olds playing teenagers, but we casted a real teenager, Kylie Drew, to play a version of me. And what we were really looking for wasn't the most over-the-top actress. My dad, he's gonna go all the way. We just needed someone who could give him one look, and the look was, really? 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 And she did that, and I was like, that's it. That's the look.
So as executive producer, you told yourself you were too old for the part.
Yes, I did.
And tell us one of the stories that is actually based on something that happened to you guys.
Yeah, I think it's a second or third episode, but in the show, he goes to, Sasha's the name of the daughter, her boyfriend's house, and goes to intimidate him and scare him, and he brings all his muscular friends with him, and that really happened to me in real life. And I didn't know till years later because my boyfriend was so scared to tell me, and I didn't know until years later. My dad's like, oh yeah, we went to his house, and I brought all my tough friends, and we, did the whole shotgun speech, and I was like, that makes sense now.
Really?
In retrospect, Dad, that makes sense.
Wow. I feel like nowadays he would be arrested for that,
Probably.
That's
I don't think you
crazy.
can do that to a 16-year-old boy.
Did he behave himself afterwards, your boyfriend?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Did you notice a change in
Yeah,
him?
he was very scared, especially around my dad. And then that's what I'm saying, it all added up at the end. I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's why he broke up with me. Okay.
That is really funny. You guys, a lot of the topics are topics that everybody deals with, but one of them is a relatively new topic, something that's not necessarily in sitcoms very much, which is social media.
Yeah.
Which also having your dad on, like my parents are on social media, but no one follows them.
No. My dad's social media, and I was just telling him the other day, I was like, you need somebody to like do it for you. Can hire somebody, like an intern, and they can do it for you because it's so cringeworthy for me. Like, he has no idea what he's doing on there. And then he comments on my Instagrams. And I have famous people that follow me. Michael B. Jordan follows me. And he'll comment, Daddy loves you. I'm like, Dad, no, I'm 27. I'm almost 30. Like, please don't comment on my Instagram. Just like it.
Well, he's being truthful. Daddy does love you, and that's that.
Apparently, but just Daddy when I'm 27 is, yeah.
You moved out of the house, right? You don't live in the house.
No, but he wants me to. Every time I see him, he tries to convince me to move back, and I'm like, no, Dad. There's so many people up there.
That's what he said. He said I think he said there were like 15 or 16 people living at the house.
My grandma, my grandpa, aunts, uncles, 3 cousins, my sister, him, and then 5 of his friends. There's so many people that live up there.
And it seems like that's like a COVID thing, but really this is always
how
it
this
goes.
is just how it is at all times.
Yeah.
And then there's like always random people in and out. And so I'm never really paying attention to these people. And then years later, I'm meeting Ed Sheeran, and I'm like, wait, you used to live in our house. And
What?
Like, yeah, I did. And I was like, he was one of the passerbyers that came and stayed for like 2 weeks when he was up and coming. And I didn't think twice about it. He was really talented. I remember him playing piano, but being like, okay, this is just another guy who's living here. And it was Ed Sheeran.
Wow. Will an Ed lookalike be featured in the show?
Yeah, we gotta write it in for next season for sure.
Well, it's great to see you. Thanks
So
for
good
coming.
to see you.
The show. Congratulations on your big show. It's
Thank
called Dad
you.
Stop Embarrassing Me.
Thank you.
It's on Netflix now. Corinne Foxx, everybody. We'll be right back with Greta Van Fleet. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, click the subscribe button. And if you didn't like it, well, you hurt my feelings.